What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Try Time Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Callum, and this is the 5 biggest surprises of the 2024 season. Yes, a couple of weeks ago, I did the 5 biggest disappointments of the 2024 season. You guys give that a lot of love, so thanks for that. That has led me to now do the complete opposite of that. We're doing the 5 biggest surprises, and yes, these are positive surprises of the 2024 season. Before we get into it, if you haven't already, subscribe. We have still got the subscriber competition going on where you can win a free shirt, so it's worth doing. So do that, please. And yeah, let's get straight into it with this first one. And yeah, first up, I've got the obvious one, Hull KR. Now, I don't think anyone expected them to finish second, and that's mostly not because they're necessarily not good enough to do it, but because of the strength of the other teams, such as Saints, who have had a bad season. But yeah, no one really expected Hull KR to be second. Top 4, probably, yes, but not second. And, you know, it's incredible how they've done to get there. It's fair enough. I mean, within this, I can do a team, a player, a coach, anything like that. And I could give you a player from Hull KR, I could give you a coach. But it is just the whole team. The whole club as a whole has just moved forward so massively in 2024, it seems. And yeah, it is a surprise because everyone knew Hull KR were a good team and they were a playoff team, but no one knew they were this good and could be this consistent over the course of the season. People will say they haven't had injuries. Yeah, but I mean, that's just what it is. There's nothing they can do about that. They've beaten who's in front of them the majority of the season, and yet fair play to Hull KR, they just had to be on this list. Second up, we've got a coach, and I've gone Sam Burgess. Now, nobody expected Sam Burgess to be this good as a coach and have this sort of impact culturally, I think, at Warrington more than anything. They've been incredible on the pitch. In a third place finish, they would have bit your hand off for at the start of the season. That's a surprise in itself. But mostly, I think, because of no one knew what to expect from Burgess. No one knew how he could get this Warrington team, which always seemed to come close but lack in the important games and in the important times. And he's brought... He sort of stripped it back and sorted the culture out at the club, hasn't he? He's really, the club, everything seems positive at the minute. The fans are on side. He's speaking well in the interviews on Sky and everything like that. And the team's ultimately performing on the pitch and has got an identity, which is winning rugby league games. And I think that's a huge thing. I think a big sign of that is, you know, the first round of the playoffs, that close win against Saints, I think under a different coach in the past, Warrington would have potentially lost that game. So all credit's got to go to Burgess. Now, with his third one, we're going down to the Championship, and I've got the York City Knights as a whole, as a team. Yes, again, I could give you the coach. Mark Applegarth has absolutely tore down some trees down over at York. Like, people would not have expected that from him. That's a surprise. And obviously, they've had some players that have been absolutely incredible. But as a club as a whole, I mean, you've got to think, after a few games of the season, they were down like bottom 2 in the table. And, you know, people thinking, not necessarily thinking they're going to go down, but not thinking they're going to end up finishing 4th like they did. And even those, like, you know, when me and Matthew did as predictions at the start of the season, no one had York 4th. Like, we had them maybe just missing out on the playoffs or just scraping in as they did last year. But from the start that they had to finish 4th, you've got to think if they had a better start, they'd have been top 3, maybe potentially even top 2. Like, fair play to York. And I mean, this is since Applegarth has come in as well. And the impact that he's had. Is he pound for pound the best coach in the Championship? Probably so. But the players have bought into it as well. It's not the best squad in the Championship, but they've got a team that just works together and has bought into what Applegarth's doing. And now that, you know, 4th place finish, absolutely incredible. Now, for the 4th one, we're going to go back down to Super League. And we're going to go with a player. And we're going to go Nene McDonald. Now, when Nene McDonald left Leeds on the cloud of horror that it was under in terms of, you know, wanting to go home and then not coming back on time. And it was just a whole thing of like, maybe Nene McDonald and Super League is just never going to work out. And he went to Salford, and everyone sort of thought it was a weird one. You know, why would Rowley buy a player or bring in a player at least that has had these issues in the past, which to the general rugby league public is seen as sort of disciplinary issues, and it doesn't fit with him to sort of bring that sort of player in. So when he did, it was a shock. I can 100% see why now. What a player! I mean, what was the odds on him getting in the dream team at the start of the year? But fair play to him because he's been absolutely magnificent for Salford. What a player he is. Completely turned everyone's opinion around on him. He's bought into what Rowley's doing at Salford and the whole ethos of the team. Obviously, their 4th place finish, he's had a massive hand in that, by the way. You know, what a player he has been, and you know how he's actually helped Salford this season. No one saw that coming. And finally, yes, I like to cover all 3 leagues. We have gone down to League One, and we've got the Midlands Hurricanes. Of course, it is Hurricane season, as we like to say on the podcast. Even me and Matt are big Midlands guys. We really are a fan of what Midlands are doing and what they're doing down there. The fact that they finished 5th, I know there's only 9 teams in the league, so that is literally severely mid-table. They finished above Workington and North Wales. No one would have predicted that. They didn't not only got 5th in the playoffs above Workington, they then played Workington in the first round of the playoffs and beat them, and then narrowly lost in the next round against a Hunslet side who are now going on and going on to play Keighley in the playoff final. So this Midlands team has gone from a couple of years ago being basically what Cornwall are now, that new expansion team that just doesn't have the team or the players or anything to actually win games. So it's like, what is the point of it? The Midlands have slowly but surely, and they've been doing it quietly as well, not picking up much general, I guess, press around it. They've managed to slowly build every single year, and now they've got Mark Dunn, who's a really good coach and a really good team that are pushing, and I would not be shocked if next year they finish top 4. Like, they really have this season stepped up. And don't get me wrong, it's a 9-team league, and 2 of them teams are worse than Midlands on paper anyway. But still, it is a surprise that they have finished 5th, and nobody at all called that. Right, that's it, guys. Let me know who I've missed. There definitely will be some that you've thought of. And there's been a lot of surprises, so not wrong with me missing them out. But yeah, let me know down below. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.